So Jackson, maybe we can start with you. You can give a small introduction of your startups and tell me top two, three current constraints of your.
Okay, hi, Praveen. And would like to thank Bolpu for this initiative. I have been instated to Bolpu, like our company has been instated just recently, not from the initial stage. However, we might have missed a couple of initial sessions. We can hope of. We are Lohatech Precision.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, we are a CNC machining company, which is into machining of micro components for the aerospace, defense,
Mm-hmm.
electronics, and other niche that have requirements of micro precision.
Got it.
The current USP that we hold is very fine components, starting from diameters such as 0.5. Uh, that is about our company.
Sure.
Now, with Bolpu and our next mission, we are particularly scaling into the medical devices implant segment.
Mm-hmm.
However, retaining the same company name, we, having vertical, which is into medical implants, particularly with dental and medical implants. That's about us as to what we do and what we intend to do in the near future. The constraints that we are now at the moment is a point wherein I think something we are yet to start. We are still at the idea phase. We have identified the key customers and go to market. However, generic starting problem is something that we. I also understand because I believe it is because of the ongoing work that we have at our company. Spending time or reserving particular time this particular or the upscaling becomes a challenge. So that is one constraint that we face
Sure.
at the moment.
Sure.
Second, innovating deep tech. We are not here to reinvent the neither claim any very high knowledge about design and like. However, manufacturing is our core and materials, which is very essential in the field that we're entering. So basically, the most essential core competencies that we are already holding. And constraints would be entering the market at the right place and right.
So it's the same
So
thing. The first point is
yes,
second point are both same. Correct? If I understood correctly.
uh,
Because in the first
uh,
point you said that the area that you want to start or new area you want to, you are facing the bandwidth issue. Correct? Because
the first point was about the timelines that we cannot dedicate.
okay.
Right. The second point is the deep understanding about the subject because we have a basic and maybe a basic plus one level of to get or make it a baked product. That is something which we lack. Is something which I acknowledge.
Sure. So Jackson, if you allow me, I'll ask a couple of queries to you further, just to get my clarity. Nothing to do with
Mhm.
your stuff. Okay. So if I understood correctly, you are currently functioning into domain. Correct.
Yes.
You are catering to clients,
Right.
your machines and other stuff. Correct. And you are able to create those micro components basically for them.
Right.
And now you want to diversify into other areas, other domains. Correct.
Right.
Medical is one of them, if I
Right.
understood correctly. Correct. Just curious to know, now diversification is always horizontal scaling, what we call it, correct? And there's a
Right.
possibility of vertical scaling also in terms of in the current
Right.
domain itself, we can scale bigger enough.
Right.
Just curious to know how big our company is and why we decided to do what horizontal scaling so early. Just curious to know.
It is not a point horizontal.
Okay.
Among our present
Mm-hmm.
all the current order book that had
Mm-hmm.
60 to 70% of it comes from the medical devices and the medical implant segment.
Okay.
So also looking at the present market and the positioning of this particular product or service,
Mm-hmm.
we have identified a lot of gaps in terms of pricing, in terms of
Mm-hmm.
uh, and a value for product in
Mm-hmm.
segments.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why wherein we thought this kind of little effort can probably get us a product
Sure.
which was always plan A from the
Mm-hmm.
start.
Sure.
However, the plan way before the plan when uh, about 6-7 months back we thought this would be the right time to explore this, and that is where we have explored and we are at the idea stage.
Got it. So just one request to Vinay Innovation in Eco Polytech, just continue to work on your constraints and identify top 2, 3 constraints if you have not thought through while we discuss your startups also. Just a request, because that's how I operate. Because if I'm not contributing to your constraint, then I'm not moving the needle for your company. Because otherwise, you know your business better than me, believe me. Correct? So Jackson, fine. So what you are saying that basically you had created certain plan A, B, C. In this area you are getting maximum traction currently, and you want to scale in that part, basically medical side, correct?
Just a second. Just a second.
Sure. Will it take time, Jackson?
Yeah, I was just there was error in connecting my Bluetooth device. It's all right. Well, we can go ahead. Please go
Fine,
ahead.
fine. Yeah. So Jackson, now this and basically areas that you want to explore, or I would say the same area you want to explore to deliver more to those basically. Uh, uh, have you identified your offering well enough? Just curious to know what you will offer to medical and other such domain where you want to enter.
I believe you're referring to the target market that we are.
Yeah, I'm saying that there are two part of it. One is the target market in terms of the target segment or the people whom you will offer something. Second
Mhm.
thing is that what you will offer. So currently I'm asking internally from your company side, what offering you will design for them. Have you designed it already?
Yeah. The understanding from a point of the first thing is going to be the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the reason here is we understand the supply chain, this entire ecosystem very
Sure.
dearly because of the continuous work we are
You are
in
doing it already.
manufacturing itself.
Correct.
Hence, the observation in the gap that is there in this particular segment of system. So, kind of
So you are
bypassing
saying that cost effectiveness is a gap currently? People are who are available, other vendors are quite costly.
the current market is expensive for the medical devices and implants
Okay,
uh, from a manufacturing point of view.
got it.
So since we probably the first part or the last part of the supply chain for many of medical devices that we cater to, we understood gap and the costing point of view.
So help me to understand what kind of margins we talk about here. Gross
In
margin.
medical
Help me.
device, for if you implant be done,
Mm-hmm.
along with the dentist fees, somewhere about 8,000 is the bare minimal cost of the implant.
Sure,
You may be surprised the manufacturing is somewhere below 400 to 500 rupees only.
sure,
Right?
sure,
So there is this gap where I understand or we understood, wherein the middle marketing and the network holds a share in the costing here.
sure.
At the same time, the dentist on their fame and accuracy and like that would premiums over it. But that is left to the doctors alone. So we are not entering that market. We are entering the manufacturing and the supply market.
No,
So
so Jackson, I was curious to know from the manufacturing perspective only, because what you talked about the whole supply chain in terms of the end consumer pays 10,000 rupees, correct? And the actual manufacturing cost is 400, 500 rupees. But there are
right.
intermediaries in between, correct? Who will take their part, whether it's doctor, whether it's hospital, whether it's suppliers, whether all the kind of players, correct? If I
Right.
understand that part. Help me to understand at manufacturing, basically, what kind of margins in the industry currently are. Because you are a manufacturing guy, let me
Right.
understand this way, correct no? So
Yes,
you
yes.
I will be a reference to the people who are other manufacturers, correct, not with the overall market,
Yes.
unless you
So
are removing all the intermediary and directly going to consumers or directly going to the hospital and means the doctor, and I don't know.
yes, definitely. This would definitely be a potential D2C market for a couple of our.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So
I can listen.
yeah, for a couple of product lines, this would definitely essentially be a D2C market point. However, in the later developments, when we get into more, tech-enabled devices, then it may be D2B or direct to business or direct to hospitals and direct to service providers. So this is the, general point of view. However, considering your question about the margins that are enjoyed the particular competitors or potential competitors should be 50 to 60%.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Yes.
So this is on the gross margins that are at the moment. However, a D2C segment to this can increase the margins. In turn, you pass on the cost benefit to consumer.
Sure, sure, sure. So Jackson, as you understand, D2C is slightly different than as a manufacturer, direct
Right,
manufacturers, because D2C means your reach out ability should be pretty strong, correct?
right, right,
D2C doesn't work altogether.
right,
So there it means basically you are more front-ending heavy organizations. Currently, as you can be a back-end heavy organization, correct?
right,
Because your most of the people who are currently with you or you yourself holds knowledge of material science and other things, have the machines and other things. So current setup is more tuned towards being a manufacturer, if I understand correctly. Okay.
right,
And if you have to go towards that side, then basically you have to make it more front-ending organizations, because otherwise
right,
you will not sustain. Correct.
right.
So one insight I'd like to share with you here, Jackson, and you can argue with it or disagree with it. We can debate on it. In the market, who generally wins is that person who could able to spend more in market. Okay, not the person who is the cheapest in market. Okay, because market appreciates somebody who feeds them. Okay, when I'm saying market appreciates somebody who feeds them in terms of all the players in the market. Correct. Whether they are front-ending organizations, whether they are sales channels, whether they are hospitals or else. Correct. They love somebody who will feed better. Correct. And now one thing you have to decide whether you want to become a D2C company or a company as of now. Correct. Because that decision is very crucial for you. Because if you want to become a D2C, it sounds pretty good because there is a huge market, like 500 to 8,000 rupees gap lies, which you could take technology-based platforms and all those things. People can give requirement there. But what happens in this market, mostly the requirement comes from the, because they're mapping and all those things, and customer and himself will not able to give you the orders, if my understanding is correct. Because they are technically not that equipped. They rely on the doctors and the medical staff mostly to do the measurement and all that stuff and give the order. Correct. So, and if that is the case, then mostly going directly to the consumer may not make sense. Correct. I'm sharing my understanding. Correct.
Right.
Because again, they will not able to describe directly what they exactly want unless recommends them or prescribe.
Definitely.
And most of the times, a patient basically in this areas goes with what doctors. Generally, most of it. Very few rebels are there who like go back, check on internet or talk to 2-3 people more or figure out other. There are people like that, but the quantity of those is very limited. Correct. So my request to is that think deeply with respect to whether you want to become D2C company. Let me put it this way.
Just to correct it, because the customer here will be the dentist in will do the dental implants.
Got it.
Because
Got it. So you are not talking about the end consumer, no? That's
not the end consumer. For us, the end consumer will be the dental practitioners.
Fine, then it's fine. Right. D2C means generally you bypass everybody and directly you talk to consumers.
Yeah. But the kind of costing, because this segment is, I don't know how to put it, generic, because the end consumer decides.
Agree. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
So now you're talking about the doctor community or that layer which is actually front-ending the consumer. Let me put it this way. Doctors, whether they could be technician within the doctor hospitals who are actually doing the measurement and other things in some hospitals, or maybe other support staff, correct, who actually orders and reach out to you. Correct. Now, why I was asking on the margin, because that's very critical for you to feed the market. What I mean to say, correct? Because if you don't have the market, then anyhow you are out of the market margin. If you do not have the margin, then basically the person who is ready to give them more, they'll go with that.
Right.
Because differentiations and all those things is something where, like, if something is like 5x or 10x better than existing options, correct, then
Right.
it makes sense, because otherwise these people will position the way they like things. And most of the times these things are like at material level. If they ask to the customer that, okay, which material you want, and after that one it's all same, correct,
Right.
based on that material the pricing would differ. But after they've decided what to charge to the end, whom more they give, and consumer is not worried. So there, whoever can give them better margin is something they are interested in. So my request is that the action, rather than thinking cost, think more what we call it, market efficiency. Okay, because cost efficiency, the moment we focus on cost efficiency, what we try to think is that how cheaply I can produce, so that I can provide somebody at a very cheap price, correct. And that's an endless bit basically, because anyhow whatever price you will quote, somebody will negotiate. That's correct. Correct. In spite of knowing that you are the lowest cost provider, still they'll negotiate with you, correct.
Right.
And somebody who is desperate enough to enter into this market will again come back and they said, I am ready to give you even cheaper.
Right.
So
that's always an infinite process.
So that's not a good approach basically, because ultimately companies or the businesses are not there to increase the number of work for them or increase the number of clients. It's more to ensure that you sell at certain margin so that you sustain yourself and grow basically, correct. Because profitable growth is the key. Otherwise you'll be out of the market due to financial issues.
Right.
If you grow enough without any money, and most of the companies fails or close up because of cash flow issue rather than anything else.
Very true.
Yeah, correct. Most of the companies who closes because of one way or other way of cash flow issue, whether they state it or they do not state it.
Right.
Because it's very difficult to accept that fact that, boss, we didn't have cash flow, so we had to close down. They'll give so many reasons. Got it. But finally, if you have to, not close down, correct.
Right.
Simple as that. Correct. So my request to you is that think about market efficiency. Now let's come to when we are saying market efficiency, what does it mean?
Okay.
It means a couple of factors. One is, can I figure out efficient way of reaching out to these doctors? Okay, efficient way of reaching out to doctors so that my cost of reaching out to doctors is less, so that I can gather more premium. It means I can have more margin at my side, correct? Because you are taking out the unnecessary cost. It doesn't add any value to consumer, nor to these things in terms of the efforts which you put in reaching out to them, because that's your cost. They are not worried about that part. Nor do doctors worried about, nor the end consumer is worried about it. So figure out efficient way of reaching out to the doctors. That's first. Now efficient way could be multiple things. First one is, let's say, rather than reaching out to each doctor, can you get them at a crowd or in large gathering at one place? Got it. For example,
Right.
let's there must be a certain gathering happening with respect to that, where all of
Right.
come together, certain thing, listening certain paper presentation from somebody, or certain organization who is giving them some lectures on new happenings, or some organization is organizing a meet of doctors just to push drugs or sort of stuff, or medications, or there may be certain events where they are coming and participating, just understanding what is happening in their industry in terms of what kind of equipments are available, what kind of technologies are available, and all that stuff, correct. So what I'm saying that these are the more efficient ways, because there you could able to, in one event or one place itself, you could connect to multiple of them, correct. Otherwise you have to reach out to each individually at his clinic or his hospital.
Right.
Correct. And
Right.
once you reach out to each one, basically, somebody, sometime he's busy, he's doing the operations, he's with the customers, or he's with something else. You have to wait out. All those permutation combinations happens. So their attention is not there on you. Basically, what I'm saying, they in their life, the focus, the more urgent things are something where you have one more
Right.
who want to build business with them. Correct. So I'm saying that's an inefficient way of doing the. So reach out where their focus is on people, nothing they have. And these gatherings are such places where they have nothing else except to talk to others.
Right.
Correct. For initial discussion points, because once you build the initial, then rest things become easier, because then you visit the clinics, then he knows who you are.
Right.
And basically, the relationship building will take care of your next step. Basically, what I'm saying. Once you have breakthrough created through these initial discussions, correct?
Right.
And generally in the initial discussion only most of the time goes. initial meets, initial time, getting the time and all those things from the doctor fraternity. Correct? If I understood correctly, this market, because I have seen many people just sitting who want to tell them about something or something they have to offer to, just waiting for hours, or sometimes they ask them to come back on other days and other stuff. So that makes it inefficient. So that's one way of figuring out how you become more efficient. Second way of figuring out what we call it offer design. Okay, can you create your offer which is irresistible for them? Okay, now offer, I'm not talking about here the price point. Not offer means discounting here. Offer, my language or lingua franca with respect to offer, you are giving certain offer to, which is coming from the word, because you are products to or some services to the market. So for that offering, basically what offer you have, that include your price point, that include the efforts they have to put in, that the time which they have to wait and all that overall bundle.
Right.
Because many times it has seen that if you could able to address certain their pain point which currently goes beyond just the end product which they get correct, more likely they listen you. Got it? Because product everybody is offering them. Okay, when I'm saying product, can you give them a tool which basically, let's say for example, a image processing based tool, so that moment they upload the picture of or the x-ray 3D pictures of tooth or something like that, automatically that will process and give the exact accurate measurement the tooth is required and all that stuff, and all aspects with respect to because that's become part of your offering, and that's also then basically a hook to be always them. And you automatically at back end got to know that okay, what all customers are coming and what is their requirement. Correct? Then you are to know that from that much how much they are ready to give you.
Right. Essentially, that is, that approach is something that we have identified to take this venture of ours.
Brilliant. Yes. So I didn't know.
Right.
So I'm on right path. Correct?
Definitely.
That's it. So I'm saying that now offering this was one piece of the offering could be, but think through various puzzles of your offerings. Now offering design itself is an effort required activity. So I'll give you 2-3 bigger elements which you have to take care of that part.
Okay.
One is that efforts that they need to do to get the value out of your product. Okay, efforts, what I mean to say is that let's say they take that tooth cap from, let's say for example, and they have to place. That's an effort involved. Correct? Somehow in that process you could able to contribute something. Maybe I don't know whether it's a design aspects, you can through design aspects something you can contribute, or material capability, or I don't know, or it may be just a training to their staff basically. I don't know. Correct? But the effort part, whatever efforts, because if you could able to help them to reduce their efforts, they can able to cater more clients and they'll not leave you after that.
Right.
Correct? Because somebody who is helping them to increase their revenue, they'll not leave that guy.
Definitely.
Correct? That's a simple logic of the. And the second dimension is the time dimensions. Correct? Let's say currently ordering this cap, delivering this cap, and then putting these things, because once you put that cap, then only the revenue realization happens.
Right.
Until that, it's a notional things that there's a prospects who is in the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? So faster you could able to realize him the revenue, more he'll like you. Correct? Because you are making him more efficient.
Right.
Correct? Rather than you are choking his pipeline, which where like
right.
10, 15, 20, 100 patients are waiting in the queue, and then one by one cap is coming. Correct? Which makes it highly inefficient. Correct? So on those dimensions, if you could go a little bit and study with the doctors, sit down in their clinic sometime along with them, what all they are doing, what all their support staff is doing, jot down each steps which they perform before that, before they deliver the order, after the order, or during putting the order caps basically. So all that sequence basically, because that will give you a lot of insights, believe me, a lot of insights with respect to your which is the, because for them to know what you are actually offering is outcome of what you messaging you deliver to them. Correct?
Right.
So putting down that messaging well, and also figuring out more efficient ways of reaching out to them.
Right.
Correct? So that's one thing. Second thing is that my request is that do not think about to be a highly price competitive guy.
Okay.
Think through most value driven guy. Okay, because competing in price, according to me, in Indian market is not a good approach, because there will be only one guy who could be the most price. Correct? By definition. Right. And that the simplest. So that looks the simplest approach basically, because we believe that most of the time decisions are made on price or we have lost on the price. Correct. But there are always two elements out there. One is my understanding is that first one is the relationship. Because if you have better with slightly more costly these things also people will go for with. So correct. And any transactions people first have to believe on you. Making any transactions per price, because anyhow they are not paying from their pocket, they are only worried about their margin. If you meet their margin, they are correct. So as long as you meet their margin which others are ready to pay and make more money in the process, they are fine with it.
Right.
They don't want to compromise on their, that's the limited point. Correct.
Right. Definitely.
So you have to ensure that their margin is protected, rest is fine. Absolutely. You make more money, so that should be your target. You got it?
Right.
So that will give you some cue. Basically, now the next steps basically to go and take certain concrete actions, to go and sit down with these doctors in their clinics and all those things. Do make this study. Sometime it might take 4 or 5 months to figure out the right positioning or right messaging.
I understand.
That's critical, because nailing down the messaging at very first go is very difficult, Jackson. Even from the best of the people in the market who are veterans.
Right.
Correct. We do not know enough about it.
Yeah, that's good.
So as outcome of one, keeping that open mind basically and putting that now let's come to the next point, which where you said that since you are already engaged in the business,
right,
you not that's eating up most of your time. Correct. So it's basically the startup problem comes here. So my request is that any new business require initial stage more bandwidth. Correct. Yes. Initial stage at least. Once you have set it up something, then things could be a little bit automated, or there are steps involved where others could follow it.
Right.
Correct. So put one dedicated guy if you want to enter in this space.
Right.
Who will and don't leave on that. When you will have time, then you go and do this study and all that part, because then that time will never come, because your time will get consumed in multiple. Right. And this new initiative or endeavor that you want to take will suffer in the process, and you can't let go the current revenue. Right? Because that's your bread and butter. Make sense?
Yes. So just to add up on this, Praveen, currently have completed the setting up the second line management for our.
Brilliant.
So that is where we were confident to take up this step. So all this while the constraint was, but however, I think in the near future, I don't. We'll have that constraint, because things are pretty much clear, and we know this point somehow or somewhat, maybe less than 1% would, but we are exploring and open to learn more and take advice from like yours.
Yeah, Jackson, because I can only contribute based on what you say to me, Jackson. I have no way to know what is happening at your side, correct?
Right. Different.
Basically, certain insights are required. I try to deliver from those angles only.
Yeah. So that is what we are trying to, explore more and take more advice on what would be the ideal or the nearest best starting point for.
So my request is best starting point is a direct doctor as well as you have to take out.
Okay.
Because there can't be anything but starting point than that. But before that, going and sitting into there something whom you know already, let's say from relations or something, and just observe so that you know whole and what happens there.
Right.
And going and asking the order, I can decide make some 2-3 samples and reach out to him.
Okay.
Because those samples, correct, they want to do the same, the client will not face.
So pretty much noted.
Create that value proposition of what we deliver to them in terms of material aspects, in terms of the shape aspects, in terms of the flexibility aspects, in terms of the after deployment effort aspects, all that part. Patients.
Just a second. I think your voice is unclear. Again, it's
better.
This is better.
So I think it's an issue.
No, again, it is having the same delay reverb effect like that we had.
So now it will be better.
Yeah, it is better.
So should I repeat my last point, or you got it?
Yeah, just the last point on after meeting the doctor.
So I'm saying that meeting the doctor is to see basically whether they are more worried about the patient's comfort after deploying the cap, let's say for example, correct, or more about the longevity of it in terms of materiality and longevity of it, more the aesthetic aspects of it, basically how it looks and other things. Correct? Because those things you will discover once you sit with them and understand basically. Correct?
Right.
My hunch is that everybody want everything, but there are always some priorities. Correct?
Right.
So figuring out that priorities and all those things is useful to you once you go with your demos with them.
Right.
Because you can then reinforce and focus on those things vis-a-vis their competitions and can suggest that why you are equally better or even better than them.
Right.
Where you can give better timeline to them in terms of delivery, or can give basically at better price point. Better
Okay.
price point doesn't mean lower margin for you. Again, I'm coming here.
Yes, I understand.
After protecting your margins or in fact improving your margins,
Right.
those better price points should be, correct? Because that's the job of an entrepreneur.
Right.
Correct? Not like what you do, you just giving everything to them. Then why you are there in the business?
Right.
You are not there to make them rich. You also want to take certain value for your company so that it can grow. Because for growing itself, you require resources, you require always funding and other things, and best funding is done by the customers, which from internal accrual. Otherwise, you will not grow because there will be cash flow issues, there will be working capital issues, there will be receivable issues, correct? And they'll kill you basically. Correct? Because no customer
Right.
pays upfront most of the times. They take some time,
Right.
especially if you're dealing with hospitals and other such players. And if your margin is not good enough, which could take care of all these things, then the design of the business is not good enough. Correct?
Right.
It's not sustainable, what I mean to say. So that's all I had to say, Jackson. We'll move to the next.
Thank you very much, Ravi.
And you must listen it, because sometimes you'll get cues from others sharing also.
Yes, I understand.
Based on their problems, other things, because here it's based on what you articulated, and sometimes we may not have articulated well also.
Right.
Because somebody just asked us questions, suddenly we have to say something.
Right.
But my request is, Action, that always continue to think what is your top 2-3 constraints.
All right.
And once you focus on those top 2-3 constraints, needle will move.
Definitely.
Otherwise, in everything else, you continue to do something, find something will happen. But that moment may not happen, which you wanted.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Shishir Prasad, you want to go, or our Ecopoly Biotech want to go? Anybody?
Sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes, we are Vanika Innovations. I already spoken to you, sir, in the last session
Sure.
about we are introducing technology to the kabaddi sports. If a player is in or out, whether the score is distributed for him, we are designing on that factors.
Sure. So you're making hardware for that.
Yes.
Got it.
The bottleneck what we are facing at the current is the hardware setup what we built is at the prototype level. We built the sensor materials, matrix, printing, everything for our own in hands. And when we want to go for the product level from the prototype, we need it to the printed circuits. So that manufacturing we don't have. So we are in search of how we can manufacture those sensors into the mat. Now we are laying in the hands. It's not definitely hand laying will be some up and downs will be there in the hand.
Fully.
So when we go
Next
for
one.
we are thinking for this.
Next constraint, or this is the only constraint?
Yeah.
This is the only one you want to help me? You want my help?
Yeah, this is the major one what we are now facing. And also we want to connect to the various organizations across India.
Got it. So that reach out part basically is the second part, which will come. Definitely, I can tell you the mechanism, but you have to reach out. I'll not reach out from your behalf. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So with respect to PCB manufacturing, you are talking about, correct? Printed circuit board, if I correctly understood.
So what we are using now is we are using a pressure sensitive material. So we are taking the pressure sensitive material on electrodes.
Sure. So you want
So
all your electrodes, capacitors, everything into a PCB, correct? So that it's
PCB.
Professional, presentable, and it could be plugged into a product itself, correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Got it. So your Gerber is ready?
Yeah, for Gerber, for multiplexer and other, then the sensor, everything is ready.
Okay. So Gerber is ready?
Yeah.
It's tested?
Yeah, we have tested. We have manufactured small 15 setups from the JLC and we have tested in our lab.
Okay. From where you have manufactured?
JLC
Okay. Jain PCB.
Yes.
What is that?
A flexible PCB we have manufactured.
Can you give me the name of that organization?
Yes. JLC JLC
Okay. JLC PCB.
Yes.
They are based out of?
Sir?
They are based out of?
So I'm not able to.
I'm saying out of where? JLC PCB?
They have their office in Bangalore too.
Okay.
Actually, send our Gerber file to their website and upload, and we'll ask the online process.
Got it. 1 second. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay.
So there is an organization, my friend, known as PCB Way.
PCB Way.
Okay. It's a Chinese manufacturer.
Okay.
They are highly efficient, basically, from pricing. Okay. So do one the Gerber on their means first the requirement. ask for the quote since you are already company.
Yeah.
Ask them quote. While asking for the quotation, give them hope. Okay. That in future you wish to build these many and other things. Correct. And with respect to future, you could be little. You could take some luxury. You don't have very paint a future for you. Correct. And tell him that what purpose is, how big you want to become, and what kind of numbers you are talking about. Correct. And ask them a specific quote for initial manufacturing as a sample size. Okay. Where you, let's say 100 pieces or 200 pieces or 50 pieces, whatever you want to quote. Correct. Let them give quote. They are very efficient. There is another company, but that's highly automated, and I'll not recommend that one, because what will happen is that if any issue will face in the PCB, will not go back to anybody. But this PCB way is fine. Basically, they'll also provide the required support to you.
Okay, sir.
So they are very efficient in that space. They'll design the PCB for you. Means they'll not design, they will manufacture the PCB for you and ship in India.
Okay.
So I'll just give you a simple example of that. I wanted to get one PCB design. Okay. That one is into edge AI basis PCB, edge based AI, image processing and all those things at the edge. Correct. For marriage. Basically, I found that what they could able to do is almost at let's say 4,000 rupees. That include all BOM and everything. What others would charge me 8 to 9,000 rupees.
Such a difference.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So just explore them.
Okay, sir.
They are efficient, highly efficient, because they cater to this market only, people who are hobbyists or people who want to do it at smaller scale and all that stuff, and then they are large players, so basically they continue to do this kind of things. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, they are decent enough. Hope that solves your problem.
Yes, sir.
It's a Chinese player.
Yeah.
PCBWay. Okay, you have their website online. Just go there and reach out to them, email them, then get the quote first. Don't directly give your to them.
Okay.
Behave like you are a large company, or you will become a large company, because any manufacturer want to work with the future prospects who in future could give them the large orders. Correct.
Yes.
So first email them, ask them the quotations, negotiate that quotations with them. All that whatever a large player does all that part, then you will get a better pricing. And also with respect to your component part, two things are there. Either just see the component which you are using, if they are a very specific component from specific manufacturers per se. Correct. Then procure all of them and give to figure out the component which are already there in their basically fabrication facility and other, so that you don't end spending a lot on the components, basically, because one of the major costs in PCB manufacturing is the cost.
Yes, sir.
Manufacturing itself is not that costly, because that's highly automated in China mostly. They'll just you give the PCB and they'll print it overall. Correct. But if you ask them to put more effort in terms of sourcing the material, which is specific one, correct, after PCB is done, certain manual checking on top of it, or certain manual testing of the PCB before shipping to you, all those things will add value to, cost to you. Because more efforts they have to put in, more cost it will incur at your side. Okay. So ensure your Gerber is such that most of the things are clear there. You don't have to always communicate them. What do you mean? So put everything, what I mean to say, the mapping of various components clear in terms of which resistor, which transistor component would be placed where, and all those things, how they are connected with each other and all that, what kind of orientations and other things they have to cater to, so that their machines are very clear about that. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Because less efforts they have to put in, more, or you could say better pricing they can give you. And if you want them to put more effort, then they will charge for it.
Yes.
Correct? Because nobody will put from their own and give you anything at a loss. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And because we are small and will not go, let's say, thousands of pieces at once, our requirement will be small only initially. Thank you.
Yes.
And with respect to reach out, whom you have spoken till?
I have spoken to the chairperson in the organizations, and also with referee players definitely use the ends.
Who is the decision maker? Who is the decision maker in that whole?
maker will be the chairperson of the
From the
this organization. Chairperson will make the decision whether it should be implemented or
yeah.
if
So
the
I'll tell you, you are in a difficult. Now a
yes,
little bit think about it, because it's just like school market, correct? Where people would reach out to the principal and other or the management of the schools to push a certain way of learning, gadgets and all that stuff, or certain techniques of learning, or certain software and other stuff, correct? But anybody who has done business with the school will tell you it's a very, very difficult market, okay? Because most of these folks do not care a lot about the end consumers. And
yes,
because somebody has set up the schools, kids are coming and they have deployed the outcome should, they'll be only interested if go with a proposal where how they will make money in terms of, let's you are certain high-tech gadgets to a school, and by deploying that school, basically they can charge to the parents, correct? Then they would be interested in. Otherwise, it's a difficult area to be in. Got it? So in your case also, when you're reaching out to the chairman of academy, pitch around how they can make money in the process while deploying it, and definitely in your demo and other things, you pitch to how the basically the branding of their academy will improve, and how players will become more efficient and all things by giving the demo, not by
okay,
talking it. Because in these domains, technology, basically not everybody has a lot of trust on technology, that technology could deliver on. You might have
yes,
faced it, correct? Yeah, because coaches believes on their ability more than the technology. Coaches say, oh, I know, boss, I am in the 30 years in this space. The moment I know the player, know what is lacking. Those kind of, or the kind of conversation they'll, correct?
yes,
So yeah, rest I'll say only best of luck to you. But reach out with a proposal where they can make, and you could be conduit that.
okay, sir.
And make it also highly non-intrusive players while they play it.
Okay, sir.
Means not put a lot of weight on them. Do not put these gadgets in such a way that no, it comes on the way to play.
The gadgets will be not on the player, sir. It will be on the floor.
Fine. So the floor changes required, or the only mat need to be changed?
Mat.
Only mat. Then it's fine.
Yes.
Because non-intrusive technology is far more appreciated than anything where they have to wear anything.
Yes.
Correct? Fine. Anything else you want to know, or we'll move to Ecopoly Biotech? I have addressed both of, or at least one of your issue, because second is more reach out game.
Yes, sir.
And reach out, figure out certain domain, certain areas in the India which are where this sports kabaddi is played a lot. Let's say which state you know where kabaddi is played a lot?
One of the state is Haryana, and
That's all.
secondly, Maharashtra.
Not one of
Yeah.
the state. That's the state.
Yes,
Haryana is a place where kabaddi is played a lot.
yes,
So you should go and sit there only.
yes,
Don't try to build business from here if you want to target kabaddi, because there in every village, every taluka, you have a lot of akhadas, and the
yes,
business is if you have to build, you have to reach out to those akhadas. Correct?
yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, those people will not appreciate, believe me, because
Okay, sir.
I know them as I am one of them. So for them,
Okay.
it is more important than anything else, than what
Yes.
technology you bring. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Bye bye. Yes, Ecopoly Biotech. Sorry for coming to you last, but we have to come to somebody last.
Yes. Hello, sir. I'm representing Ecopoly Biotech on behalf of our founder. We are a deep tech startup
So you are
focused
not a
on
founder, you are employee of them or representative of them, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm a junior assistant in this company.
Sure, sure. So founders are not attending the sessions?
Due to urgent meeting, our founder is not available, sir.
Fine, fine.
Okay. So we are a deep tech startup focused on developing the sustainable packaging materials which are derived from the processes. Our goal is to replace conventional plastic packaging with a fully biodegradable, high performance alternatives. We are currently in the prototype stage and preparing for the pilot partnerships and scale up.
Sure.
Okay. Our understanding, B2B monetization for our Ecopoly Biotech would work by supplying sustainable packaging materials developed through the microbial processes directly to the business rather than the end consumers. We are exploring multiple models. One is supplying our material as a raw or a semi-processed input to the packaging manufacturers. Then other method is offering finished packaging products directly to the brands. In addition to this, we are also interested in technology transfer model in which we can license or transfer our process to manufacturers which enables them to produce the sustainable materials at their own facilities. This could help us to scale faster without any heavy capital investment in manufacturing. Since this is a deep tech product, we understand that validation and trust building are so initially monetization may come through paid pilots, trials, or the joint development, which can later convert into the long-term supply or a licensing contracts. So we would like your guidance on which combination of product sales, material supply, and technology transfer would be most effective for us at this stage, and how to structure models for early revenue and growth.
Got it. What's your name?
My name is
Vaishnavi. So Vaishnavi, what challenges you have faced while you try to experiment with these models in the market? I'm just trying to understand more about your market and its play, opening my, because otherwise I'll not be doing justice. Because you reach out to your clients, correct?
yes.
You have tried these multiple models by either providing the complete finished to end brands, semi-processed products to
Raw
the manufacturer,
materials.
or you are
Yes.
also open to give the license as a technology transfer to those. Correct. In two of your model, basically in the manufacturers are your, either you do technology transfer or you do semi-process. The manufacturers are the if you come up with your own product and reach out directly to the brands, then brands are another segment. Correct. So you have two segments of customers. One is the brands, other one is the manufacturers of the packaging. So help me to understand what challenges you faced while you reach out to. If you have not faced challenge, then nothing to be solved.
We have faced
So what are those?
like this.
So cost means, what does it mean? What does cost mean?
Yes.
Basically, your
Raw materials.
so your product is costlier than other avenues, other possible.
Sheets means our packaging materials are nearly 100, means pack costs tea
Okay.
packs which cost 30 rupees, but it's a biodegradable, but cost is too high to reach the.
Got it. So, and what other alternative they use currently, and what is their price point?
Actually, they use plastics or some types of this one chemicals for packaging materials, but we use the biodegradable packaging materials.
I
And the
understood yours.
microbials.
Yours is biodegradable. My question is very simple. Currently, what is the price point which others have, and how much is the difference between yours and theirs?
They are having below 10.
Below 10 rupees.
Yes.
But,
yes.
and yours is 30 rupees
Packs.
per packs. Got it.
A pack for packaging.
So pack basically, is there any, how do you measure the pack? Is it quantity or is it kg
Weight.
or weight?
Weight. 3 grams.
Grams.
And GSF.
Got it. So 3 grams, one package basically cost at your side 30 rupees and
30.
otherwise 10 rupees, correct? If I
Yes,
understood.
sir.
Got
Yes,
it.
sir.
Got it. And what name you told about yourself? Vaishnavi. Sorry, Vaishnavi. So I keep on asking your name. So because I forget fast.
Okay.
So we are dealing with here with the commercial organizations
Okay.
who has commercial outcome to be achieved. Correct?
Okay.
So any material that you are providing to them has to be competitive enough, because otherwise they are killing their margin, and no business will kill themselves just to take your product. Correct?
Yes.
And now whether you, so any of your model which you provide has to meet the market, whether it include pricing, whether it include weight dynamics, or the ability to hold them, or any aspects of the. Correct. So the materiality aspects, it has to match or exceed. Correct. Because one of the aspects of that one, this one is biodegradable.
Yes.
Correct.
And eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly. Correct. But most of those people, your customers do not make choices based on that parameter.
Sir.
So it means its value to the market is.
Yes.
Because value not from what you are offering. Value comes from what they value more to the market. Correct.
Yes.
So currently they value a material which solves their problem, which is cost effective, a job. Correct.
Yes.
So what it takes to slash the pricing of your product by 300-400%, let me ask you. It's a difficult question.
Yes, sir.
That's why I asked whether Vaishnavi.
Yes, sir.
No, Vaishnavi, these so write down this question and ask your founder. That's the first thing.
Yes, sir.
That what it will to reduce a price point of your in any format of your, that's immaterial currently, because what you're talking is whom to reach out and what should be there. Whether you do the if you do technology transfer also, they have to meet. If
Yes.
it's same, then the same problems they face. Correct.
Yes.
So
Yes,
currently
sir.
the basics has to be solved here. The basics is basically cost dynamics. So because let's say current product costs 10 rupees and your product costs 10 to 12 rupees, it's fine. Okay. Little bit here and there is fine because you provide something extra, which could help
Yes.
them to market their product well in terms of it's a biodegradable material and all those things. So maybe their customers would love it and other things. But the price point is huge here currently, 10 and 30, which is almost how much, 200 or 300% more, 200% more. Correct.
Yes.
Which is not acceptable in any business because they are commercial organizations. Their these things lies only with the economics of the market. They exist because economics of the market support them certain way, and you are asking them to break that economics and move to you. Not possible. That's first thing. Okay, or very difficult. So that's first part, that you have to work out a way where you could able to reduce the cost of your material somehow, doing some innovations or see figure out what all stages into making your product cost maximum. If you could tell me, then I could suggest you something. But since you do not know, I cannot suggest you anything. Correct? And I also do not know how this particular biodegradable material is made, so I can't comment. Correct, Vaishnavi? Vaishnavi, tell me in your target customer base. Now this you have to work out. There is no escape from this of your price competitiveness. Correct? Of your material. Now among your target customer base, tell me a customer base which is highly sensitive to the biodegradability part of the material. Any particular segment.
Like packaging, food packaging.
Food packaging. Are they highly sensitive?
Yes, sir, because these microbial growth, spoilage of food can be reduced by using our products.
How?
Like instead of plastic, it more this durability.
No. So Vaishnavi, that's generic, correct? Because we know that material better, it has better quality with to biodegradability and all things, correct? And hence it will be better for food. But what does better means here? Okay, will it increase the lifespan of these material of these packaged material by let's say 1x or 2x current, or let's say by certain number of months? Let's say currently a packaged food sustain in that particular packaging for 6 months. If the package in your material, can it elongate to 9 months or 12 months?
Yes, sir. We have tried the this one packaging tests. It can store the vegetables till 1 month, sir. In this one.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about basically. Okay, so let's say the vegetable itself. So currently, vegetable they are storing a certain component, certain material. How long it continues?
We have stored till 25 to 30 days, sir.
You have stored. I'm saying currently. How long they without your material product?
Without a material, within 10 days they can get, sir.
Within 10 days they can.
Yes.
With your material, they could able to sustain it for 12 to 15 days. And 22 to 25 days. Correct?
Due to passages, low moisture content, they could survive for longer days, sir.
Longer durations. Brilliant. Now tell me what kind of players would worry about this longevity of these things, because most of the people like to procure fresh and use it fresh. Because at home, when we go to a sabji, we ask them, "Bhaiya kab ki hai sabji?" or when it was how fresh it. That's the first thing most of the ladies, if I see correct.
Yes.
So my questions again comes back in terms of what kind of material or what kind of target segment the longevity is. Okay, because fruit and all those things, if you say, I would accept that they have longer shelf life and other things. So if you could be able to increase, it make a lot of difference. Correct. But vegetables generally do not have longer shelf life by nature itself. Correct. So generally people are not looking for longer shelf life. So that's not a good segment to go for it.
Tea packages and dry powders can be stored.
Brilliant. So then work out on the economics of it.
Yes.
Let's say if store with your these things, how wastage could be, and can that wastage justify the higher cost? Got it? Because if you do have those studies with you and those proof, basically nobody is ready to listen you. Correct? Because again, as I told you, they will go for market dynamics. So costing part is one side, you have to work altogether. But now I'm trying to, if you let's say could work on costing up to certain extent, but may not able to make it as equal to as other. then what are the options? The other alternative options are you could target to certain segments where using your product either could increase, let's say, moisture content of those things which which require storage reduced, or could be longevity. It could provide the shelf life basically, so that they could make more money because less wastage they'll have in the whole process, and that wastage itself basically take care of the extra money they have to shell out on this. What I mean to say, you have to help them to figure out the extra money which they have to invest in, from where that extra money come from your side, correct? If you could help them to figure it out, that money, and in the process they become more efficient and better in terms of their customer base, then you have some chance. But generally the mindset here is that people are looking for something which is competitive enough, especially at the packaging and material side, at least, because the studies with respect to, let's say, the microbial growth and all those generally bring mixed results. Most of it do not bring the ness of the, correct?
Yes.
It's very hazy, the picture. So it's very difficult to prove that because of our material this life has, correct, because sometimes it has made much, and sometimes the only delta is not good. So my request is that figure it out in industry where you show proof of this working, and because of that one they gain certain things, either they reduce waste or something else they, and in the process they could able to get certain which is getting wasted, so that they can invest or reinvest in. Parallelly also figure it in terms of either the scale or the raw material component or kind of chemical activity that you're doing with the help of bacteria and other things. From that part, what is your most costly component, what all you could reduce, where all you could make the cost difference and become more competitive with the client. Okay, so it has to go parallel if you have to meet the market. Currently the way I see, you are quite far away from that.
Yes, sir.
So going to the market currently,
We are at the proof of concept stage, sir.
Correct, you are at proof of concept stage, correct, absolutely true. So basically your question itself was not valid, that whether to reach out to him with this model or that model, because none of those models will work currently according to me, unless you have worked out and helped your clients to figure out extra, and parallel you become efficient. Because 10 rupees to become 12 rupees in some industry might work, 30 rupees definitely will work.
Yes.
Nobody will increase.
We will try to reduce the cost by alternatives.
Absolutely true. And there will be many ways you will find out. You'll figure it out.
Okay, sir.
Makes sense? Now I didn't know whether your founders wanted you to ask these questions or not, or since I am forcing you to ask these questions.
No, sir. No, actually she is not available due to some issues. That's why.
Hey, just listen what this guy says, learn something.
No, sir. Actually, she has only given all these to explain, sir.
Fine then. Then it's fine.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Then you have the answer.
Thank you, sir.
Brilliant. Thank you. Now, guys, anybody else want to, because I think we have got for 5-10 minutes. Sharvari, how we are doing on the time? I try to be in hurry, but still.
No, sir, no. Take your own.
No problem. So we have the green signal service. So anybody want to throw more, or we are done? I'll take a deep. Jackson or anybody else, if you have anything else to discuss, otherwise we'll call of the day. Am I audible, Jackson?
Yes, you are. I think everything was clear from my point.
Fine. So tell me then, Jackson, one thing which you are taking from this discussion and you will eat. That's now.
See, the first is definitely the time that I'm going to dedicate.
Sure.
And understanding and reflecting on what are my top 2 or 3.
That's a good. What?
That's about it for now, Praveen. I think more number of sessions like get me details on my list and probably make me more efficient.
So then, trouble server. That's the only. Okay. And whomever you like, basically, among all your people whom they are going to enable, whomever you like, somebody keep punching them. Hey, Sarvari, I want more session with those guys. Then they'll enable.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. What you are going to do? Tell me. Any one sense which you got out of this?
So basically, I got 2 points. One, the PCB way. I will definitely connect them shortly.
Solves your problem of manufacturing the PCB. It's efficient player.
one more thing, I will look into
Because
it. How can I
your
make
question was
profit
very
to the
pointed, where I can manufacture. That's all.
yeah.
Yeah.
And one more thing, I will see into how can I make the profit for the chairperson also,
Yeah.
so
So
he can get money.
definitely try to make it. And second and third, my request is that go and house yourself in Haryana. That's your. है ना?
Okay.
Don't try to build market from here. है ना? That's futile. Because you'll not understand their language, you'll understand what they are going through and other stuff, why they should you. And they themselves are not interested in product. They are interested in kabaddi playing. That's all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Got it? No?
Yes, sir.
So you have to be with them, or at least in that market. So
Okay.
you can relocate yourself to, let's say, Faridabad or Gurgaon or any such large city of Haryana, from where it's easy for you to operate and reach out to where all those akhadas are. So akhadas are mostly there in two, three states there. One is certain part of the UP,
Yes.
which is near to Delhi side, basically. That part of the UP, Haryana, okay, certain part of Rajasthan.
Yes.
These are the three states your target is actually. Haryana fully, basically, because whole Haryana is kabaddi only. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the kind of sports infrastructure Haryana has, no state can match. No state can match at all. They have invested heavily in sports infrastructure.
Okay.
Okay. And it's available at a price point or at a cost which is unparalleled. So they charge for basically all the males 500 rupees a month with coach and infrastructure and else. Okay. And to females it's free totally. Okay. And you get best of the best equipment and everything else.
Okay.
So I'm saying Haryana has invested a lot in infrastructure side of do reach out there. Then target could be Uttar, especially the Bagpat, this Uttar, where a lot of kabaddi is being. Okay. Meerut, Bagpat, and that, what you call it, Jat belt of, because Haryana completely Jat. So that's it. And the Jat belt of, from where Chaudhary Ajit Singh and his son comes basically, that plays a lot of, and certain part of Alwar and that part basically, but they also play good amount of kabaddi. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. And reach out to pro kabaddi also.
Awesome.
If somewhere you can enter into that space, then you'll able to create a lot of brand basically. That will help you to sell back to these people a lot.
Yes, sir.
Because people like to see,
yes,
who has taken it, why they should believe on you. Correct. So somehow get associated with those big brands if you can, so that your rest of the journey would become easier. Because testimony is very important in this space.
Yes.
Especially in the space where the trust factor is very limited on the technology.
Yes, sir.
Correct. So do it quickly, and if it doesn't work out, then pivot it. Because this is not a market where you should spend a lot of time if it's not working out for you.
Okay.
Because it's a market which requires huge education, the way I understand. And any startup should not try to venture into those markets where huge education is required. So just see next 6 months, it works. It doesn't work, then pivot and move on and figure out what you are building somewhere else you can deploy.
Okay, sir.
Which is more open.
Okay.
Mix. And it will help you.
Okay.
Fine, Shisha. Bio Eco Poly. Sorry. You there?
Yes, sir.
I forgot the name again.
Vaishnavi.
That's what the commitment I gave you, that I'll keep. So, what are one or two things which you will carry to your founders?
Yes, sir. About the cost management and this
Cost management in terms of how currently your products are being, what contribute to this. Jot down each stage and figure it out where all you can do innovations, re-engineering and other stuff, and can drastically reduce the cost. Because this doesn't require delta, this require drastic. Correct? 30 rupees to 10 rupees require real drastic surgery. Correct? So when I'm saying 10, it could be 12, it could be 11, it could be 13 also. That doesn't matter. But you have to come near to that competitive positioning. Otherwise, no company will take your product and kill it himself. Correct? Because basically mission is to serve their client at a price point which they want to take it. Unless a government law comes. So either figure out a domain or something where certain government laws are there, where mandatorily they have to shift into these dimensions, and then they have no choice but to adopt something like this, which may be even twice costly also. Otherwise, none of these players going to shift into this. That's my yeah. So in your market, especially, the price matter a lot.
Yes, sir.
because of the price point you are, not because otherwise. Got it? And then figure out a market which is hungry for something like this, because we are losing out a lot in the current material.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
2-3 concrete step, and that will help you if you act on it. And if you act on
Okay,
it, then do share with me also. I learn in the process what all you achieved.
Sure, sir.
If you don't act on it, then anything anybody says doesn't matter. Correct? So guys, thanks a lot then, Jackson, Prashad, my friend. Again, I forgot your name. So be it, fine. Okay, that's all. Nice meeting all three of you, and do share your feedback, or somewhere you wanted more or I could not deliver, reach out to me.